Alright, I'm on my way to work. And just figured I would do this week's. Just figured I'd do this now before work, before I'm drained and exhausted. Hopefully that stays there. So, yeah, these are really not like optimized for YouTube, Mr. V style, but basically the main thing I want to touch on is a different perspective that I have, which I feel like may be valuable to some people, and I'm also excited to hone in on. I think it's been about a week, really, since I've kind of come to terms with, like, no one's coming to save you. No one cares. Everyone is dealing with their own shit. Everyone is the main character in their own story. And so it doesn't need to be a negative thing. It's actually an opportunity for you to be that for you to be the person you need. And I think there's a million different exercises to help with this, and tips and tricks and hacks and shortcuts. And I think that obviously surrounding yourself with wisdom and guidance and knowledge and mentors, whether that's in person or online, whether it's podcasts or YouTube videos or, positive influences in your life, I think is huge. You are your environment. I think, for me, what's helped is literally journaling out loud like this, or written. Both help. Talking to yourself, talking to God, like praying, all that. I think I struggled for a while because it was just easier for me to stay up. Whether or not I was productive is another question. It's hard to, there's like literally gazillion unlimited factors in life, right? We're coexisting with so many factors. Things are out of our control, things that are in our control, and we can't really focus and dwell on the things out of our control because there's nothing we can do about them. They're by definition out of our control, right? All we can do is how we react to the circumstances and situations we find ourselves in, and we can be proactive to be put ourselves in a better situation in the future than we are in the present. And I think that, I don't know the word, discouraging, doubt, fear, worry, insecurity, whatever the fuck, I don't know the word. Like, I think discouragement is maybe the best word. Like, when you pursue a thing for so long and you truly love it, like, I don't actually think I know myself. I know myself enough to the point where, I've had so many ideas, entrepreneurially or business-wise or career-wise. And it's like, you have to really, really, really love something to do it for 10 years and it not work. By definition of money and fame and audience building, really, which is more important to me than fame. Like, I don't give a fuck about fame's cool, but it's like also like I don't need that shit, bro. Give me the bag, give me some people that ride or die, that I can help and like influence and impact and collaborate with and whatever. Like, let's roll, let's rock. Fame is like fucking, that shit's here today, gone tomorrow, like, it's just like, it's very much based on like a moment. It's not, it's sugar, it's not substance. So anyway, for me, what I think I realized was like, bro, like, no one's coming to save me. And like, dude, I didn't like making content because for me, it was a means to an end. I never enjoyed the process of content. It was always strictly from the standpoint of like, we are using this as a tool to get audience, and it didn't work. And so I'm like, well, then why am I doing it? It's like, not like I did other things, but like, yeah, maybe I put that time towards making songs or whatever. But, you know, to the making songs point, like, you make songs for 10 years. I'm on phase 7, and there's 3-4 phases before that, technically, because I did NEAT, which is the project when I was a freshman in college, which was like backwards teen. I remember, because I just turned like 19 or whatever. I was about to, 18. Or maybe, no, I must have been, I don't know, bro. It's just been a fucking ride, dog. And then, in high school, like 17, it's really been, 10 years, 10 plus years of making songs, but like, and so, I think when you do something, when you do anything, and like I said, I fucking loved it. I don't think I'd be able to have persisted this long if I didn't really, truly love it. And I think that is what will ultimately unlock it, is like the fact that it's like tried and true, the fact that there's actually substance, that like everything I've put out, is real, it's challenging to myself. Like I've always tried to push myself. And like the song that I'm working on now, like I'm so happy with it. It's like I fucking forced myself to pick up a guitar and play the 5 chords I know, and it's like, bro, like this one feels different. The last one felt different. Like I feel like I'm getting better. I remember when I was in New York and I was like, do I think this song could have 200 million streams? And I was like, yeah. And that was like when I was dropping like Passionate and Young Forever, and like there's just a delusion, I think, that you need to have, when you're in a certainty, regardless of the current reality you're operating in, when you're creating and you're pursuing something that, like, for fucking 10 years, bro. I don't know. It's just, I think that weighed on me, throughout periods of time. And I think that, like, the truth is, like, I would have these explosive periods, and then I would have these kind of, like, lackluster periods. When I was in college, there was a lot more, like, growth and collaboration and, like, finding my sound, experimentation and play, and, and then COVID, and we were remote, and then it was very, like, kind of by myself, and New York was very, I had Quadio. It was very collaborative and growth, and then that ended, and I was like, shit, and then I came to LA, and I was working with Ethan a lot, and collaborative, and then Quadio, and then that ended, and no one reached out. Like, everyone was, I think I realized that there during that too, like, it was very, like, clout, and it's like, bro, like, I don't know why people like me or don't like me, but I'm gonna be myself, and if, like, that's not for you, so be it. I genuinely, like, wish love and happiness and health. I don't wish ill intent on anybody. I wish happiness and joy and success to everybody, because it doesn't take away from mine. And, like, I don't need to carry it, harp on negative energy. Like, drop that shit, send out love, But if something I said or did rub someone the wrong way, like, I also think you have to just, like, let it be and let it go, because sometimes there's things that need to be learned or gained from things that don't seem like teachable moments, so to speak. Like, maybe I needed to figure out how to believe in myself without other people, and I'm sure that's something that we'll all struggle with as creatives, because there's different versions of ourselves we're sharing and capturing and documenting and then sharing, and the version of myself that other people really liked is a lot easier for me to believe in, than this new version or whatever. Like, and that's on a micro and macro scale, like, but long story short, I'm gonna try not to ramble too long, but I realized I need to get to bed earlier, like 2, 3 a.m., like 4 at the latest. Like last night I went to bed 4, maybe a little bit later. And then I got up today and I snoozed. And like, that's what we're working against, because I would go to bed 4, 5, 6, and then I would wake up at 12, 1, 2, get to the gym if I can, depends on when I was scheduled for work, and then go to work. And then I wouldn't work on music and I would feel like shit. And so, and then there's other things that we got to deal with, like my blender broke and I started making these protein shakes. It's like, okay, I need to get a new blender thing, like not a whole blender, but like the replacement part. So I think, and I also I was, we need to be aware of what's not working and then solve, right? For example, long form or short form, whatever. This is my long form, right? This is my documentation of my experience. And really it's just talking heads. But I do think it will be very cool to look back on these in the future. And so to document this year, which is already just this year has been a fucking whirlwind in a lot of ways. But I showed up and I was consistent with releasing a song a month, putting out the newsletter, putting out these vlogs, which I need to catch up on a little bit. But I think I realized I wasn't doing short form. And granted, this is day one basically. I guess yesterday was day one. So I don't want to beat myself up if I fall off, first of all. But what I'm going to try to do the best of my ability, maximum effort, and then, is show up every day, 5 short form video posts. Post those on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. 2 written, just copy on Twitter and Threads, and then 1 long form, as well as a newsletter. But that's monthly, or newsletters weekly, long forms weekly as well. What am I forgetting? There's one more thing. No, yeah, those are weekly things, and then the daily stuff is the written and the fucking let me down this shit. I gotta be at work in 5 minutes. Yeah, short form's daily. I want to come up with 10 ideas a day. I'm excited again to get on my habit tracker. I'm excited to, it's make edits where edits need to be made. Cut shit out. I don't know. And I could beat myself up for getting up at 12 today, 12:30 or whenever it was. Or I can go, okay, you sit there and feel it and accept it, and then come back to the present, and then, do my best in this moment. And so, fuck it. Yeah, I think that's just where I'm at. It's bro, nothing changes if nothing changes, we've been, and so I know, I think that was the thing too, is I know that I need to be putting out visual posts. I don't want to call it content, because I feel like I don't like that word, but visual posts. So this is 1 long form video of that, and then 5 short form videos a day. Value, whether it's entertaining, it's funny, it's relatable, or it's inspiring, and if I can get 1 person a day, and that 1 person tells 1 person, that's almost, it's 720 people a year, that's way better than 0. I don't know. I think there's also unexpected things that can happen, but first we got to show up, and we got to show up as our best selves. And we can't just bank on that luck, so to speak. Luck will occur when we show up and, apply maximum effort. And so, I don't know. I just took, I think these past couple weeks to just reflect and go, okay, something's not right. Something's got to give. I'm fucking down and frustrated at work. I'm, not miserable, I'm grateful I have this habit of working out. I also invested in some microphones for my birthday. I've had 10 years of the same mic. And I got myself 2 mics, actually, for my birthday, where I'm turning 28 in a month, so a little bit early. But, I think that's another thing. Where it's yo, bro, let's take ourselves serious. Let's show ourselves, and, I'm not saying go splurge and fucking go crazy, but I do think, go if you're making content, or if you're making something, invest in your craft, invest in your art, and keep the fucking faith, bro. Keep the delusion. There's so many miracles and amazing things that have happened. I'm driving in a car right now, there's airplanes and massive buildings, and keep that sense of wonder. Don't let the jaded take over. I think you have to balance the practicality of real life and bills and whatever, but don't get jaded. Don't let that shit overcome, and don't lose the faith. I didn't get much work done today, but I listened to the song. I gave myself some notes on edits. I got 2 TikToks done. I already got my 2 written posts done. I got my 10 ideas done. If I'm coming up with 10 ideas a day, I'm making 5 short form videos a day, and they fucking go good on YouTube. Consistently get 1,000 views per video. Who knows, And I feel I've reached people through the YouTube shorts, which is really just repurposed short form. So, TikToks. So, anyway, we're gonna do our best at work, and I've got a job interview on Wednesday, so we'll see, because this place they've been overstaffing us and giving us smaller sections, and I just haven't made that much these last 2 weeks, so I'm hoping that my paycheck is solid this week. And yeah, man, we're doing our best. I hit the gym today, walked Cody. Tomorrow I got a session with, today's Monday, so yeah, tomorrow I got a session with Spencer and finish the song that we started, so I'm excited for that. It's already October 13th or whatever, so I gotta figure out what song we're getting out this month, and then we got 2 more for the end of the year. We'll probably put out Scared to Fall in Love, and then the one that I've been working on, Dancing in the Rain. Dance in the Rain, I think it's called. Still figuring it out, but yeah, man, I'm grateful. Come back to gratitude and blessings. I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday, and just how blessed I am. We were talking about how nice it would be to have a balcony in our apartment. And it's for Cody, my dog, I feel he doesn't get much sunlight, and I feel bad, and it'd be nice for us too, but it's also financially being in a spot, and I think it's very easy to look at what you don't have, and a really good exercise is appreciating the things we already have with that same level of desire as if we didn't have them. Oh my God, I'm so grateful I have, you know what I mean? Just serious gratitude. So I am very, very grateful, and I think that it all ties in, gratitude for what we do have. It's very easy to get down and be shit, bro, this shit's not possible, or oh, I don't have time in the day. It's bro, let's audit. Let's work our schedule. I've been dialing in on the Google Calendar, all right, go to bed this time, get up at 10, do this. I think another thing I want to get better at too is less phone in the morning. So, but I've been great at tracking macros. I've been great at tracking my weight. I've been doing really good in that sense. I would like to be on time to work if possible, because on time in general, I think, is something that I've struggled with in the past. So, but I'm very proud of myself for my progress, despite, and that's the fucking key, and that's the fucking, Jesus Christ. progress. Perfection, fuck that shit. Fuck anything that's not in our control, and what is in our control is making progress today, And journaling, I've been doing this past week too, on like reflecting on the day. What went well today? How did I feel today? So that's been really good. And I'm reading this book called Miracle Morning. So I don't know, I just feel good. Like I feel like I'm optimizing, and I feel like I'm growing, and that's where it is. If you're not, you're either growing or dying. So grateful to be alive. And let's keep going, keep leveling up, keep growing. Make some progress today, and that's it. That's the name of the game. Trust the process. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you to anyone that's watching. All right. Off to work. I would have loved to work on my song, but duty calls. And I'm grateful to have income. I'm just so excited for the day when the income I make is the same income, more, if not more, from the music. That will be a very exciting day. Because it just, what is so cool about that, beyond just like paying my bills off music and shit, is like I will have so much more time. And like that is just so fucking exciting. The fact that I get to do more and make more and share more and create more, and just like, I don't know, it really makes me excited to get to that place, which is to me like, success is like the foundation. Yeah, there's levels to it, like Coachella and throwing my own festival and like a crazy idea, whatever, Grammy, whatever, like cool metrics, platinum debut album, like collaborations, J. Cole, working with Rick Rubin, like Benny Blanco, Ryan Tedder, like cool macro goals, like bucket list shit, but fucking being in a position where I don't know, it's just, and I know it's possible, bro. Anything's possible. So keep making progress, and the more progress you make, the closer that reality comes. So, all right. Until next time. Peace.